This was my college ID in Pakistan, in Lahore city, and left in not 47 when I had pushed out because of partition of India. So the first train coming from Pakistan side was attacked close to the border, and practically everybody was killed. And then the next train from India to Pakistan, same thing happened on this side. Particularly people from Punjab, they were out for revenge because their relatives have been killed. So they took out swords. So people who never held a knife in their life, everybody took swords and they went on killing.
On this historic day, when India takes her place as a free and independent dominion in the British Commonwealth of Nations, I send you all my greetings and heartfelt wishes.
This is a picture in Pakistan in a city called Lalpur, which is now called Faisalabad. We were living there. This is my father. About a few months before it happened, when discussions were taking place where the partition line will be strong and Hindu-Muslim riots started. Then our summer vacation was coming through, but the college was closed earlier because of this situation. We didn't have taxis at that time common. We used to have a thing called Tonga, which was a horse carriage. So I got one there, put my baggage there, and was trying to move out. And when we came out on the main road from the college, the coach driver was a Muslim, and he was kind of scared of me, and I got scared of him also, because there was absolutely hatred campaign on at that time between the two. So I started talking to him, how are you, what are you doing, etc. It was about 20 minutes, half an hour journey to the railway station, and so we became quite open and friends, so he's not scared anymore. And that was the scariest period of my life, my personal life. And then I got onto a train and came down to Amritsar and on to my other places that I went into. And that is when we started hearing stories about massacres of trains. In many villages and smaller places, people threw their daughters in wells. The major thing people were scared of, it's not that so they'll be killed, but they were scared of raping of their daughters and all that. And that was happening, particularly in villages and everything else. So we heard many stories of people who have come here and said, I had to throw my daughter into a well, or I had to kill my daughter, and all that kind of thing. That was the most tragic part of it that we heard. Since I was in final year of BA, I had my studies were disrupted completely. First, in Delhi, they started social service classes, which meant if you spent 3 months in social service of looking after the refugees who had come from Pakistan. That's where I met lots of refugees. You did that social service, and once you do that, you get a certificate that you have passed your BA. And that's where I heard all the stories directly from people concerned. That's where I learned that some people have killed their daughters or thrown away. Those things really remain in your heart when what you've seen. It's pretty tragic at that time. I had the chance to go to Pakistan about 3 or 4 times after that. So at that time, this was a few years, of course, after the partition, I didn't feel any enmity or anything like that. I was going around in a taxi to go see my college and things like that. When I came back, the taxi man refused to take fare. I said, why? No, he said, you are our guests. How can I take money from you? Even today, there's no enmity, there's no ill feeling. You meet Pakistani drivers there every day, taxi drivers there every day, and they're so friendly, everybody's friendly. So this is all, the friction and bad feelings are created by the leaders for their own gains. That's my feeling.